I just can't say how much it warms my heart to welcome Cheryl Miller back to the studio here at KELK from our California Trail Interpretive Center. Catch your breath, Cheryl. You're fine. It's great to see you.
Hi, Lori.
Hello.
So glad to be here.
I'm so happy that you're here because it means so many things. Well, first of all, we know our California Trail Interpretive Center was open the entire time of the government shutdown, correct?
That's right. We were open and we were very happy to be working and welcoming visitors, holding programs. We had a wonderful Junior Ranger Day last Saturday, and Macy did a great job. It was all on the harvest theme. People came out and made crafts. They added to our tree of thanks. I leaded a hike talking about native plants and their uses, and it was just a beautiful day. So yeah, we've been open and welcoming people the whole time.
Thank you so much, Cheryl. To everybody, the entire crew at the California Trail Interpretive Center, of course, administered by our local Elko BLM district, but as she mentioned, volunteers are a huge part of this community collaboration. Tourism is such an important aspect of our rural Nevada economy, sharing our culture and history, contemporary events with historical activities. Visitors really prop up the local economy in such a huge way. So again, Cheryl, we just can't thank the California Trail Interpretive Center, Elko BLM District, State BLM Office for making this a priority for us.
We are so happy to serve that role in the community. We're so happy to be out and about. We were out at the Capitol Tree event.
Yes, you were.
And we made, I lost count, but we made almost 300 clothespin ornaments with children and families in about an hour and a half.
That's a lot of clothespin ornaments. And those are some of my favorites, by the way. I love those.
They turned out so cute. And I think the families were so happy to have something to do that they could take home and put, on their Christmas tree this year. I saw moms writing their names on the ornament and their years so that the kids know who made who. It was just a wonderful event. And I've been wearing my sweatshirt everywhere.
Oh, you are so lucky. She got to stand in line, and we're waiting for the next round. I hope that the Mint in Carson City prints some more coins. Did you know they ran out right here in Elko?
I heard they ran out, and I was so bummed because I wanted to get one too. It sounds so cool.
I know it. So we're going to keep checking on that, and we'll let listeners know. But what an amazing event. Again, a great community collaboration. Our BLM, our U.S. Forest Service, how our agencies come together with our conservation groups, our artists. A lot of love went along the road there with that tree.
Oh my gosh. And not just a lot of love. Did you hear about the ornament count that Nevada put forth to have all those trees decorated while they're in DC?
Wasn't it something like 20,000 ornaments?
Yeah, so they wanted 10,000 ornaments, and Nevadans really, really delivered because, like you said, they delivered more than 20,000 ornaments, and all of those are going to live on the Capitol Christmas tree that was cut in Nevada, but then they'll have kind of auxiliary trees around DC. So everyone, if you catch any glimpses on TV of DC this holiday season, look for the beautiful Nevada ornaments. And we made a few at the Trail Center and sent them in too.
Oh, that is so exciting, Cheryl. Thanks for being a part of that. And again, reminding us of what a wonderful way to kick off our very spirited holiday season this year.
Oh my gosh. I love the holidays in Elko. Last year was my first one and it was amazing. And so I'm so looking forward to it.
Yes. In fact, we are going to be talking about Pioneer Christmas, but there are still some fun things to do this month.
Yeah, like in 20 minutes, if you haven't already discovered, we have the Nevada Outdoor School Young Naturalist Club. And there are two different clubs. One is K through second grade, and the other is third through fifth grade. So the younger one is at 1 p.m., so again, in about 20 minutes today. And then the third through fifth grade, the older one, is going to be at about 2:30 p.m., again, all out of the California Trail Center.
And the good news is this program happens, we'll have at least one additional Friday. It started in October and ends up on the 21st.
That's right. It's a series of events. So if you haven't been to one yet, there's still time. And I'm just remembering now that Macy from the Nevada Outdoors School is going to be talking about astronomy today.
Oh, that's wonderful. We've had the most amazing display, the Aurora Borealis, and the sky's here.
Yeah,
So,
I saw the pictures. I missed it. Did you get to see them, Lori?
Well, that's it. I went outside and I looked around and I said, I must have missed it. And then, of course, social media blows up with all of it. So I guess you had to look through your phone to see the colors, if that makes sense. Like you had to take a picture of it.
Yeah,
So,
I've experienced that before too, when
Yeah.
they're real kind of faint.
Yes.
Usually your phone will pick them up, but not your naked eye. So, but I'm glad that some people saw them out there. I was snoozing away. So
Yeah, me too. And, in full disclosure, I was probably looking the wrong direction. My daughter reminded me of that. She said, they were in the northern lights. So, yeah, that would be north.
I guess you'd find them in the north then.
Yes. So just pro tip for next time for anybody else listening. You can't know it all. That's for sure. Cheryl Miller is our guest today from the California Trail Interpretive Center, our beloved ranger, and the center, of course, is open and eager to greet students. I guess you got a kids beading workshop tomorrow.
We do. We're so excited. So we will be leading a workshop on the power of beads. I'm sure everyone's aware beads are used throughout the world. They're used as currency. They're used as value. They're also used as just beautiful decoration. And so people will be learning a little bit about how beads play a role in our society, but also they'll be able to make some beads. So we'll have some clay and some paints and things like that. So it'll be an opportunity to learn about beads, but then also to make some beads before you leave and take them home with you.
That's a great learning experience because today we may treasure beads for their beauty, as you said, for, necklaces, jewelry, that kind of thing. But from what I remember from my early education is that the Native Americans would use beads or shells, things like that in trading. And it was so significant because some of these would come from such amazing different distances. We can jump in a plane or a car and get somewhere within a day or hours, but it would be a huge journey to get some of these beads from one place to another.
Yeah, and some of those are part of the archaeological record, and some of those cool things is how we know that they were all trading. There were these wonderful trade networks. And like you said, you'd find shells from the beach, from the ocean, places like here in Nevada where you wouldn't be able to find those. And that's because they had extensive trading networks. And then also along the trail, a lot of the pioneers brought beads with them, brought things with them that they thought would be good for trading along the way. For example, we all know that the pioneers walked, that 2,000 miles, right? And as you might imagine, their shoes would wear out. And so one thing that they would trade for along the way would be moccasins that Native people would have made and would have been made specifically for this environment, from this environment. And so if they were smart, when they were loading up their wagons in Missouri, they would have brought some trade items with them, and beads would have been something that the natives would have definitely wanted to trade for.
Wow, thanks for reminding us of that, or of course educating for some of us who did not think about that aspect at all. That is a wonderful history and part of our legacy here along the California Trail, which of course the California Trail Interpretive Center is located, telling those pioneer stories, but the stories of the first people as well, and then offering this contemporary experience so that we can learn about the history and education. That kids beading workshop is tomorrow, 1 p.m. And the other thing that's so great about all these programs we talk about with Cheryl is that they're free. They're free of charge, free materials, everything's included.
Absolutely. And that's something that we really pride ourselves on, is being able to not only have free admission, but to also have free programming. And we're hoping with the current budget situation and all that good stuff going on that we can keep that up. But what really helps us is if we have people coming in, participating in our programs, and talking about all the great stuff they're doing in the community. Just last week, someone called in and offered to volunteer for a couple of events, and I said, so, what has motivated you to volunteer with us? And she literally said, I have been hearing such wonderful things about the Trail Center in the community. You guys have been doing such wonderful programs. I just wanted to be part of it. And so we feel so grateful that we have a lot of wonderful people not only interacting with us, coming out and having fun, but going home and telling their friends and family. And so we really appreciate that, and is just part of the network that supports us and comes out to programs and really makes us who we are.
Oh, thank you, Cheryl. Of course, the Trail Center represents our community, not only our history and the legacy that we are helping to create, but the future. That's why it's so important that we be good stewards of the California Trail Interpretive Center and use this beautiful place and invite people, just like you said. Wow, that's every Thanksgiving, when we have family come for Thanksgiving, that is where they want to go. That's the first. But and they've been going since they were little. I showed Cheryl some photos that I have of cousins just climbing and playing and running and having the best time. There's so many photo ops, you just can't get over it out there.
I love that so much. And there's just so much joy in the center. And we're always trying to have different interactive displays. So right now, we've got some large tiles out where you can make some cool rubbings of pioneers, of people throwing atlatls, of our cool logo, things like that. We've got some really cool free posters out. We'll be putting up our Nevada Wild Art exhibit coming up here in January. So we always try and keep it fresh, try and keep it interesting, and always offer different things so that there's always something for people to come out and learn about, experience, or just come out and relax. It's a great place to do that too. Don't forget, we have the trail, the hiking trail that will get you a good workout. Just do a couple of revolutions, and it'll get you up high, get you some beautiful views, and maybe remind you of some things that maybe you've forgotten from your Nevada history class.
Well, that's right. And the reason that the Trail Center is situated where it is, 8 miles west on Interstate 80, you just take the Hunter exit, as Cheryl can attest to. You can get here pretty quickly if you need to, back and forth. And
I can definitely attest to that today.
That is right. And it is a quick trip, and it's a free place to take the whole family. It is a great escape. They're the moderate trails. Once you get outdoors and you start breathing in the fresh air, and then you look over and you contemplate the Hastings Cutoff, which is visible from our center.
Yeah, so that's the main reason that we are where we are. And you can see the west end of the Hastings Cutoff. They came right through South Fork Canyon. And that's one of my favorite things to show people, because we've all heard about the Donner Party. We've all heard about Lansford Hastings and his crazy ideas, right? But how many of us have seen where they actually were, where they actually stepped, where they actually made those amazing decisions and fateful decisions? Well, you can see that right from the center, from our big, beautiful windows. And it's just an incredible part of history that's just right in our backyard.
Cheryl Miller is our local ranger with the California Trail Interpretive Center. We're talking about some November programs, and before we get too far into that, or away from that, because I know we're excited to talk about Pioneer Christmas, but you do have at least one more weekend activity for the month.
That's right. We have our famous Bows and Throws coming up on November 22nd. We've moved it into the afternoon just because temperatures are dropping. I know the Elko people are very hardy and are not afraid of the cold, but it will be at 1 p.m. on November 22nd, and Bows and Throws on that day will be archery. So if you want to come out and practice, or you want to show off your stuff to your cousin or your friends or your neighbors, come on out. We'd love to help you learn how to do archery, or just hone your skills. Maybe you already know.
And that's great supervised fun at the California Trail Interpretive Center. Well, we can certainly launch into any other programs, activities. I know you mentioned you're getting ready to exhibit some art in January, which is super cool.
Oh, yeah. So we've got a few more things on the docket. You know us, Lori. We are never bored over there. We are always busy, always have something up our sleeves. And on Sunday, November 23rd, we have Open Sew. Have you ever heard about Open Sew, Lori?
Open Sew. Well, I know that Brenda, if she's any part of this, it's going to be a wonderful experience.
You know Brenda is a part of it. If it is sewing in Elko, Brenda is going to be part of it. So this is an open sewing group. And what we do is we open up the center from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. for anyone to come into the South Fork room with their sewing projects and work on them there in that community environment, get help, get advice. I love when Open Sew is going on. It is a mix of men and women, of older people, younger people, and everyone's working on something cool. Everyone is sharing patterns. People have these really cool mobile sewing setups that they bring in almost like luggage, and then they set it up and they've got this amazing, sewing workspace. And then we always have extra fabric. So even if you don't have a project, but you want to come in and sew, just come on in. They've always got patterns. We've got extra sewing machines, but it's just a wonderful opportunity to come in and really experience community around a sewing machine. And I didn't realize this, Brenda taught me, of course, but that the sewing machine used to be kind of the hub of community, especially for women back in the day, because one family would share an entire sewing machine or just one sewing machine. A whole community might share just one sewing machine. And so the women especially would come together to work on their projects, share community, and make all the cool things that they have. So Open Sew, I feel like, is a real throwback to that era. And when people were really working together and sharing and creating community all at the same time.
And I've noticed that too about Brenda and the group and all the people that surround the Open Sew. They are so generous. They're generous. They want to teach people. So you're not imposing on anyone or taking away their time. They want to help you because they really want to cultivate this passion for sewing.
Exactly. And if they didn't want to interact with you and show you how to do stuff, they wouldn't be at the California Trail Center. They would just be in their own home sewing room, right? And so you're right, Lori. They want to share this. They want the skills to go on. They want to nurture these skills in the community. And so come on out to Open Sew. They offer it every month at the California Trail Center. Just check our website. We'll always have them advertised, and just come join the fun.
Thank you, Cheryl. Of course, Open Sew is just one of many featured programs at the Trail Center. What else you got today?
Oh my gosh. So in December, of course, we're going to start festiving it up, getting it all holidayed up in there. And so on December 6th, we are going to do crocheted candy cane Christmas ornaments. That's a lot of C's. I had to make sure I got those all right. So Macy from the Nevada Outdoor School is going to be running a workshop, and you will make a crocheted candy cane that you can hang on your Christmas tree. And we've got a picture of it on our website. It's super cute. And she's got some volunteers that can help you get through it. So even if you're not, a fast crocheter or a very experienced crocheter, that's okay. There will be some people to guide you through the process, and you'll leave with a really cute ornament.
Oh, that sounds great. It's not only edible, but it's attractive. I mean, you can keep that one hanging around for a while.
Yeah, well, it will be yarn, so it won't be edible.
So the candy cane you put in it would be edible.
There's no part of it that's edible. It's just yarn.
Just yarn in this one.
Yeah,
okay.
so check out our website to see the cool picture.
I see what you're doing. Okay. You know what I had I had an ornament that we had a neighbor when I was little who made, and she crocheted, but you would put the candy cane inside and then it would hang.
Cute, kind of like a candy cane sock.
Exactly.
Yeah, no,
I get it. This is so cute.
She has this one engineered that it will, just with yarn, actually make the candy cane shape.
Sweet.
Yeah, so she was perfecting that a couple of weeks ago, and she got it just right.
Of course she did. Wow.
So you don't have to have a candy cane in there for it to look like a cool cane. Hang on your tree, and of course you'll have Macy and some other experts to guide you through. And of course that's on December 6th at 1 p.m. So get your crochet candy cane on December 6th, 1 p.m. Come on out to the Trail Center.
Thank you, Cheryl, for reminding us of that. You can learn how to make that, and then you can get started on making a bunch for gifts or for your own holiday decor, because with winter break coming up, families are going to be looking for things to do with the kiddos.
Oh, yeah. We hope they'll come on out to the Trail Center. We always have new and different scavenger hunts. We always have new and different Junior Ranger books. So if you don't see a new Junior Ranger book that you haven't done, ask someone at the counter. We'll go in the back and we'll find you some. We've got Wild Horse and Burro. We've got Native Plant plants. We've got some mineral ones, all kinds of different fun ones to keep your kids busy.
I heard you even rolled out some new badges during Junior Ranger Day. Is that right?
We did, and some new stickers.
Nice.
And we're just hoping that people will come out, maybe walk the trail, get a little bit of exercise, learn a bit about the history, have some fun, invite some friends.
Well, and speaking of friends, everybody wants to go to Pioneer Christmas. You're really ramping up for that, and you're fitting in with all the other holiday festivities around the community this year.
Oh my gosh, yeah, we don't want to compete. We want everyone to be able to go to all the different events. And so ours is going to be on December 14th. That's a Sunday, and that's the day after the Festival of Lights and the Snowflake Festival, and the morning after the Parade of Lights. So we'll be in the Parade of Lights on December 13th. We'll have one of our cool wagons. We'll have it all lit up. It should be super cute. And then the next morning, December 14th at 10 a.m., we'll be hosting Pioneer Christmas out at the California Trail Center. And it's going to be all the usual cool stuff. So we'll have Mr. and Mrs. Claus. We will have crafts. We will have stories. We will have s'mores, of course, and hot cocoa. It should be lots of fun, lots of wonderful photo opportunities, and we'll have a couple of really beautiful Christmas trees that the BLM firefighters will cut down and bring in for us.
All the spirit in one location during Pioneer Christmas at the California Trail Interpretive Center. That's on Sunday, December 14th from 10 a.m. to 3. Again, free admission and free activities. Cheryl, that is so exciting.
So we're trying to do good and pay it forward, and we're asking everyone to please bring in a canned good. So if you bring in a canned good, we will pass that on to Fish and make sure that people that are food insecure this holiday season will maybe have a little bit more to put into their pantry. So trying to have some fun, but also do some good stuff in our community at the same time.
Thank you, Cheryl, for reminding us of all the ways we can contribute at the same time that we enjoy all these beautiful activities and bring new friends and make new friends at our very own trail center this holiday season. I can't believe it's already almost here.
Oh my gosh, I can't either. I'm so excited about Thanksgiving. How about you, Lori?
I know. Thanksgiving is going to be fantastic, certainly. Oh, we have a lot to be grateful and thankful, and at the same time to think of others who may have just come through some really hard times and things, it'll take a while to get things going again. So since the government just reopened and hopefully SNAP benefits, I haven't heard that they've been loaded back onto cards yet, but hopefully that will happen. But it just means that we need to do more to contribute.
Absolutely. It is our job to take care of our neighbors. It is our job to support our community. And so in any way that we can do that, we certainly are.
Well, Cheryl, thanks for bringing all the great things that you do. As always, we have a lot to look forward to, and we're just getting started for the holiday season. This is only November. December's rolling right around, so the next time we talk, we'll be even that much closer to Pioneer Christmas. But then you get to start the whole brand new year over again, and it's a good time to start thinking about membership in the foundation, right? You have a local nonprofit that helps support these events and activities.
We do. So our friends group is called the California Trail Heritage Alliance, and they are a wonderful support group. We actually just met last night. And just a little sneak peek, they are planning some really cool field trips to run in conjunction with Trail Days. So in June, I don't want to spill the beans too much, the Friday before Trail Day, so that will be June 5th, they're going to be offering a few different field trips for the community to come out and see different aspects of the California Trail. And this year, you won't just have to have four-wheel drive. You can just bring your own car. So they're a wonderful group. They're always looking for members. We have all the information there at the California Trail Center, but you can also look up the California Trail Heritage Alliance. And they are such an incredible group. I think you would not regret reaching out to them.
They are a nonprofit too, so you can help support the Heritage Group, the Heritage Alliance, and continue the efforts, the preservation, because behind all this fun, there's a serious mission to make sure that we still have the aspects of the California Trail that are still visible. You can still stand out, and in those tracks, those actual wagon wheel ruts, and imagine, that's all we can do is imagine what that life might have been like. I should ask, I did have somebody after the last program we were talking about, Pioneer Christmas, they said, well, the pioneers, they didn't come across the trail in the winter. That was the goal. I mean, that's why, but these are traditions that they would have taken with them to their new homes, right?
Exactly. They would have been coming through here in, the end of August. And obviously their journey, they would have needed to be to California way before December, before the snow flew. But this is just our way of honoring the pioneer tradition, honoring the pioneers, and the things that they would have been doing around this time of year. So trying to keep it as authentic as we can, but also we've got a few modern twists that make it a little bit easier and a little bit more fun.
Thank you, Cheryl. We always appreciate our visits with you and the amazing effort that you go to, not only to help organize these events with a very small but dedicated crew, the staff that you have, but for you coming out on these radio programs once each month. Thank you, Cheryl.
It is my pleasure, Lori. Thank you so much for continuing to invite me.
Of course, California Trail Interpretive Center, our guest today. Visit CaliforniaTrailInterpretiveCenter.org. Visit the center. Oh, we should mention quickly your winter hours.
Oh, that's right. So we're continuing with our winter hours. We will be closed on Mondays and Tuesdays. We're open Wednesdays through Sunday, 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Perfect. Great place to visit. Take the family and friends. And don't forget, winter break's coming up. You're going to want to have those activities. Thank you for joining us for Elko Live today.